All right, welcome back, Milwaukee Brewers franchise. Certainly a far different place than we were about a month and a half ago in this sim. 10 games above 500 at the break for the first year player draft. We have won 19 out of our last 20 games. Starting with the first year player draft, we've been very successful in this series. Marlins, Rockies, Red Sox, 1, 2, 3. All right, so our scout wants us to take Isaac Pacheco, a shortstop out of Texas A&M. This is a player, funnily enough, that I've actually seen play in person at the high school level from the Houston area. He played at Friendswood, so absolutely I know the potential of this pick. Our scout wants to take another catcher. I think instead what we're going to do is take another pitcher. I like to go position player and then pitcher 1 and 2. Will Smith is there. Funny enough, this is a player that we tried to draft before. Might as well take him again. He went back to college after year 4. We like what we have in him. Let's go ahead and try to bring him back. Our scout wants to take the catcher number 3, so we will oblige him. Josh Gentry goes number 1, Guzman number 2, and Dylan Hall number 3. Again, pretty pleased with what we were able to do. We end up bringing 5 players on board. We're going to go ahead and offer whatever they want. Save a lot of money with Pacheco not wanting the slot. Time to power on through to the All-Star break, starting off with this series against the Phillies. So we do drop 3 out of 4 against the Phillies. Kind of see our hot streak come to an end in the last series before the break. Nothing to worry about though. Still 4 games up in the division, 8 games above 500. We see one of our top prospects make the prospects game, and Angel Hernandez, who just continues to climb, the top 40 prospect. As for the game itself, I feel like we could have a lot. Freddie Peralta makes an appearance. Josh Hader also goes. So we got 2 pitchers, and Aaron Judge, along with Christian Yelich, getting back to the game. So we sent 4 All-Stars. Overall, well represented. I wonder if Judge is going to make the home run challenge. Cody Bellinger wins the home run challenge. He tops Joey Gallo. I didn't see if Aaron Judge made it. That's my bad. Either way, he's at near the top of the league with 27 home runs. So how about this? Christian Yelich, the All-Star Game MVP, having just a great season. Pretty rare to accomplish that feat in this game. Goes 2 for 2 with 2 RBI. Josh Hader saves it down along with Freddie Peralta making his 3rd career All-Star Game start. Pretty cool. I head toward the trade deadline. We start out with another series with Philadelphia. 5-2 victory over Philly. Get back on track. We're now 9 games above 500. Back at 10 games over 500. A shutout victory there. 1 hitter spun by Ty Madden. That is a way to bounce back after getting sent down to AAA. And we shut them out again to go a season high 11 games over 500 and 6 games up in the division. We have not given up a run in 18 innings of baseball. Again, Jake Thompson locked right in. Big series with the Padres. They took us down the NLCS 8-6. Unfortunately, we do lose David Fletcher. 7 runs in the top of the 9th to win. Wow. Our dominance continues. We win our 5th straight game. Run again for Aaron Judge. He's at 31. Cardinals continue to flub down to 2 games below 500. We got a 7.5 game cushion in late July, feeling very good about our chances. So we followed San Diego in a close game there. The White Sox are struggling. There's one player in mind that I would like to pick up. Zach Birdie is not only an all-star, he also fulfills our owner request that we acquire a local player. They want our top prospect, Angel Enriquez. Going to try to avoid that happening if at all possible. Looks like it's going to take one of our top 3 prospects that we don't want to part with to make this deal done. What if we threw in Alec Bettinger? So I definitely favor veteran players in this game, especially when it comes to adding some depth to a young team. I'm going to get the Diamondbacks to take 90% of Madison Bumgarner's $14 million deal. I feel like this is the type of arm that we need for our stretch run. All they want is pitcher Francisco Alemán. We're going to make this move to give us a little bit of flexibility out of the back of the bullpen. And if he needs to start a game or 2, especially with Brandon Woodruff being down, I feel good about what Madison Bumgarner can bring. Yanni Chirinos is a guy who's got a 1.99 ERA in the MLB, but Toronto, for some reason, has sent him down to AAA. They're basically going to donate him to our roster. Almost nothing required to get him. Yaniel Arias to complete this deal. Joey Votto is a player in the twilight of his career, playing for the Rockies. Depth and really just a pinch hitting role. Rental for 2 months, and a guy who will make our postseason roster and be somebody that we turn to as a lefty bat. We're going to give them right fielder Legim Castillo to improve the deal. Perfect. A deal finally comes together. We're sending 5 players their way. Ricky Castro, who was a 3rd round pick for us, ends up getting flipped in the deal. Micah Bello, who's a guy who a lot of teams have had interest in for what he's doing at AAA right now offensively. Our starting right fielder down there. Thomas Dillard has seen some time on the major league roster, having a good year in AAA, but again, with acquiring Joey Votto, no need for him here. Dylan Cruz was a guy we brought in the third round. A lot of potential according to our scout, but again, we just have so much outfield depth with Chris Newell coming up, with Garrett Spain, and with Dalen Lyle still only at A-ball. All draft picks that we've made in this franchise. No need for Dylan Cruz in the third round. And then Yadier Arenamo is a guy who's coming in an international free agent deal. This is a great deal. We get Zach Birdie to beef on the back of our bullpen, and we complete the deal to seal off our trade deadline move. So in corresponding moves, we send 3 relievers down, and then unfortunately Garrett Spain going to have to wait a little longer to contribute to the roster. So Votto comes into a bench role for us, and then Birdie just slides right back into the back of our bullpen. Our big series starting with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Rough start post-deadline. We get shut out 11-0. So we get a huge win to at least take a game in that series. That one took 12 innings. Andrelton Simmons, a run-scoring single to win. 11 games over 500 going into the month of August. 10-4, we topped the Cardinals. We've simply been a better team than them this year. St. Louis fights back to get a win in the series. Now into August, 6.5 games up, 11 games over 500. Feeling much better about our chances to win and compete in the grand scheme of things in the NL. Follow St. Louis, they take a big series. They stay 5.5 out. Now we open up another big one with the Braves. Yelich and Thompson down with day-to-day injuries. We'll keep them on the active roster for now. We went 6-5. Another close game. Joey Votto ready to come and join us on the roster. Try to sweep the Braves. We've won 2 one-run games. Don't want to win too many of those to inflate our record, but certainly good to see that we can win in close contests thanks to how good our bullpen has gotten. Old friend Shohei Ohtani gets his first appearance against his old team, not having a good year, feeling very validated about letting him walk. 3 runs in the top of the 10th to win the ballgame 6-4 over St. Louis at Busch. Season high 14 games over 500. The Cardinals have dropped down to 4th place. We have a 9-game lead on Joey Votto's former team. And Caleb Smith does go down for the season for the 2nd straight year. Tough to lose him, but again, we do have a ton of depth out of the back of the bullpen. Trying to sweep the Cardinals and get 16 games above 500. Ever since going 30-37, we are 31 and now 10. 5-0, we take it to the Cubs and win the first 2 games of the series. Do lose in extras. 3 out of 4 from Chicago. Christian Yelich scores his 1,000th run. Bumgarner and Chirino starting to get it together as well. Good pickups for us. Now we get the Cardinals again. Chance to really bury them. They're already 10.5 games out in 4th place. Their season's just been a disaster after being picked to win the NL Central. Now 35-14 since that 7 games below 500 mark. Ty Madden, superb again. 6-4, we top the Redbirds and take another series from them. We fall 2-0, but we're going to get some help for our offense. Zamora will go down. David Fletcher getting activated. The Reds are hot. They pull within 5.5 of first place. So we do back on track with the win over the Giants, and the Reds stay hot. So they're only 5.5 out. Good time to get the Pirates. We actually fall to Pittsburgh, and we drop 2 out of 3 to Pittsburgh. So we've lost consecutive series, but the Reds lose again. We do take a game versus Pittsburgh, so that'll work. 14 games above 500. Extra innings win. A walk-off run-scoring single for Aaron Judge, who's just been an awesome story coming back from falling out of favor in New York. He couldn't play hardly. He only played 116 games last year. Already surpassed that. Now he's on the precipice of 100 RBI with 39 home runs. We do take the series versus San Diego. 2-1 the score. Late go-ahead single for Luis Ariz. And we do sweep San Diego. That is huge. Showing that we can run with them in the playoffs. Ty Madden locked in once more. Cincinnati hanging around at 6.5 games back. Not exactly worried about them. We drop our 3rd in the last 4 to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's scrappy, and they take another series from us. We do avoid the sweep versus Pittsburgh. 5-1 win. We are getting a little help from our run differential, only plus 30. We're supposed to be 68 and 62. Look at the league leaderboard. Luis Ariz on track to win another batting title. No surprise there. Aaron Judge, number 3 in the MLB in home runs. Great story along with Corbin Burns, who's number 2 in strikeouts. We've been a decent offense. Good batting average. Our home runs have improved for sure. And then we've been a very good pitching and defensive team as well. Alec Bettinger has seen some time at the major league level this year. We'll give him a chance because he's pitched really well at AAA. And Chris Newell has been the best player offensively at the AAA level. He's going to split at bats with Garrett Spain in September. We do take the game against Pittsburgh to get to 17 games over, still 6.5 up in the division. I just go back to that run where we were 30-37. Since then, we are 45-20. It's just been a huge difference for us. So we drop The 2-game set there to Cleveland, staying in Ohio for a huge battle. First place versus second place as Joey Votto returns to Cincy. And we lose to them in extra, so they draw within 5 games of first place. That's a big win for them. We do bounce back in game number 2, a close win. It's a 4-game series. 8-3, a huge win. We really put our foot down against Cincinnati in that 4-game set. So we are now season high 19 games above 500. 99 playoff chance for us. Our magic number is down to 17. We win a squeaker there, 1-0. Another close win for us. We've been very good in close game situations this year. I feel like this team really turned into what it should have been. Corbin Burns gets us the win in that little 3-game set against Minnesota. It's been a great year for the Reds. They're hanging around in the division race, but if we get a win in this series, that could really go a long way. Riley Pint, great once more. That puts the Reds 8 games back. We get pushed around by the Nats at home. 15-3 the score of that game. That one did not go well at all. 7 runs again for Ty Madden, and we do take it 9-1 over Washington. So a big series win there. We've won several series in a row. 9 games up in the division. Our magic number has to be getting pretty small. It's down to 10. 7-2. We take a win. Stay top 5 in the power rankings. 22 games above 500. Our offenses look very good in September. We topped the Cubs 12-1. We dropped game number 1. Bounce back with a shutout of them. A one-hitter again. We've seen several of those this season. Freddie Peralta was locked in. Uribe and Hader do enough to close it down. Yep, down to 4. So keep an eye on the Reds record. They're now 10 games back, just 2 games above 500, trying to clinch another playoff appearance. 6-0, we shut out the Marlins, and the Reds lose again. So the magic number is down to 2. And another one-hitter. Man, we have really dominated the Marlins in this series. So we knocked them out of the playoffs, and our magic number is down to 1, 12-6. Our offense has been great. 11.5 game lead. We do clinch anyway, just because of the Reds' loss. They fall back to 500. Bit of an anticlimactic way to get that done. But 87-64, 27 games above 500. We win our 4th straight NL Central title. Our 7th straight playoff appearance. So the 11th in franchise history, 7 of them have come in a row. This is a great era of Brewers baseball. All right, so we do win 95 games. And again, we've won 95 games or more every single year of this franchise. Another banner year. We end up winning the division by 16 games. We're the only team that finished above 500. We played in a terrible division this year. Did take care of business. You can only win the games that are in front of you. And our group proved that this season. Just taking a look at some end-of-season metrics. We end up as a top 10 offense, undoubtedly. Again, our pitching really comes around. Not as good as a defensive team as usual, but still very good. Taking a look at some of the final numbers for our starting rotation. Riley Pint was a revelation. Jake Thompson just as good. Zach Birdie and Josh Hader formed a really nice 1-2 punch out of the back of the bullpen. Our middle relievers are better than they've ever been, so that makes me feel very good about the playoffs. And then we've got some nice pieces as well in long relief. And offensively, banner year for Aaron Judge. He will finish with NL MVP votes, 45 homers and 124 RBI. Didn't really hit for average, but that's not why we have him anyway. Tavares, very nice as a 4th outfielder. And then some strong numbers for Christian Yelich, who bounced back and won the All-Star Game MVP. Andrelton Simmons up there in WAR on our team once more, but Luis Arraez does lead us. He will probably bring home the NL batting title once more as Judge finishes right up at the top of the leaderboard again. Joey Votto, a nice pickup off the bench. David Fletcher had the 31-game hitting streak. Keston Hiura slugs, again, our leader in slugging percentage. And then Christian Vasquez, good enough behind the plate. This team is really good. I feel very, very good about our chances to compete in the National League. You know, we might not be as quiet as good as a team as the 95 wins indicate, but I'm not worried. I feel very good, especially compared to how we ended up last year. So let me know what you guys think. What do you think of our playoff hopes? How do you think that we're going to do against the Dodgers and Padres? Let me know who should be on our roster, what moves you want to see after that. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode for the playoffs.